Best Way to Gain Weight: Your Guide to Increase Muscle Size by Bartosz Skonarski. Copyright www.bodybuildingandfitnessblog.com, www.bodybuilderskritson.com. You may give it away or resell it and keep 100% of the profit. You may not change it in any way. Bartosz Skonarski is a gym instructor, specializing in helping hardgunners and hard losers build their bodies. He is also the author of several articles that have appeared at www.bodybuildingandfitnessblog.com and www.bodybuilderskritson.com. Introduction: How to start bodybuilding? So you want to begin weight training, but what are you looking to achieve and how do you go about doing that? The first and most important aspect is to be sure that this is what you want to do. Like anything in life, you have to want to do it if you want to succeed. The moment your weight training becomes a chore and you stop enjoying it is the moment that you will begin to fail to achieve what you set out to in the first place. You shouldn't see it as a short-term objective to improve your build and physique. It should be more of a long-term lifestyle decision and a way to live your life. Accept the way you currently look but seek to change your life choices to achieve your objectives. It will not happen overnight, so having a long-term outlook will ensure that you don't get disheartened, as all things take time and dedication. With that thought in mind, it should mean you won't start setting yourself unrealistic targets and goals. If the objectives you set are attainable, then you won't get put off so easily or lose your focus. It is also a good idea to get a general overview about weight training and bodybuilding. No need to get too technical and specific, but knowing a little information before you start planning can never be a bad thing. There are plenty of magazines and websites that you could peruse just to get an insight into the subject before plunging in. One of the most important aspects to look at is your diet and to understand what foods are good for you and will aid you achieve your targets and which foods are best avoided. You should also think about a workout plan. What do you need to concentrate on to help you achieve the best results? How long should each session last? How often a week should you train? This plan needs to be something that you can stick to but also has a little variety to give it balance. So, lots of thought and lots of planning. What next? The next step, probably the biggest step, is to visit the gym. Considering this will be a place where you will spend a few hours in each week, the gym you choose is the one you feel most comfortable in. To start off with, you should ensure that the members of staff know what they are doing and what they are talking about. Most gyms nowadays run an assessment and induction program, and the qualified staff will be able to discuss what you want and sit with you to devise a workout plan and dietary regime that is designed to help you achieve your goals. You should also remember that at one stage or another, everyone was new to bodybuilding and started out in the same way you are considering now. The most important thing is to enjoy yourself. Set up an overall goal when you start in bodybuilding. Everyone will have different reasons for taking up bodybuilding. Perhaps some dream of becoming the next world champion, or maybe it is just a case of wanting to get in shape and lead a healthier, more active lifestyle. Before starting off on this long journey, the most important thing of all is to come up with a plan and regime that you want to follow. This should include not only an exercise plan but also a dietary plan, as these two go together hand in hand. What you should look to do is to set yourself an overall goal of what you want to achieve out of your training regime. The goals that you eventually set for yourself will result from the reasons why you decided to take up bodybuilding in the first place. Begin by asking yourself a few basic questions. What are my reasons for getting fit? Why do I want to take up bodybuilding? Do I want to improve myself to please me, or am I looking to impress those around me? With the answers to those basic questions, you will be better placed to set your goals and targets. You are also far more likely to succeed in meeting your goals if you are looking to get into bodybuilding for self-improvement. When you start out, set yourself an overall objective and goal to achieve, perhaps a target weight. It is important that this goal, and all targets for that matter, is attainable, as this will help keep you motivated through your routine. Within that overall target, Look at setting some intermediate targets, as it is always far easier to move in small steps to a target rather than one giant step. It's also a good idea to keep a track on your progress, so perhaps you can keep a logbook of your improvements. What you will find is that when you review all that you have achieved to date, it will help spur you on further by seeing just how quickly you have progressed. There is no quick fix when contemplating changing your habits and body. It will take a long time, entail a lot of hard work, and perhaps making sacrifices. So you must be sure that you want to make that kind of commitment, as there is little point in making promises that you are not prepared to keep. Getting fit to bodybuilding will require regular visits to the gym and strenuous exercise routines. You will most likely learn that no pain, no gain is more than just a slogan, but if you are prepared to put in the hard work, then it will pay off. Exercise is only a part of the weight training regime, and you will also have to consider your diet and making other lifestyle choices. The basics, though, have more to do with setting yourself realistic goals and working hard to achieve them. That hard work will almost certainly lead to a successful outcome. Create your gaining mass daily schedules, as you will no doubt have now discovered. To gain weight involves a combination of training, strict diet and nutrition, and cardiovascular exercise. The key to success, apart from your commitment, is to come up with a strict plan for your exercise and workouts and your dietary intake. You ought to devise a daily schedule which you can easily follow. For you to get the necessary nutrients to help you with your overall routine, you will need to be ready to plan ahead. Your diet should be a little different depending on whether you are on a workout day or a rest day. Below is an example of a possible daily schedule that you could follow. Daily weight gain plan for workout days: upon waking, a medium-sized banana mixed with a scoop of protein powder and a quarter of a cup of yogurt, vanilla flavor. Breakfast, 2 scoops of yogurt, it must be vanilla flavor, with half a cup of oatmeal. All this accompanied with 5 egg whites. You must eat this with 2 whole wheat toasts and an apple. When you finish your breakfast, you must take 1 multivitamin tablet. Morning snack, a cup and a half of cottage cheese, 2%, mixed with half a cup of peaches, canned, and without water, and slivered almonds, 2 tablespoons. 1 bagel with peanut butter, just 1 tablespoon. Lunch, white meat sandwich. You will require 4 ounces of lean meat, preferably turkey, and 2 slices of brown bread, mayonnaise, low-fat, baby spinach, 2 cups, a tablespoon of pistachio nuts, half a parent to tablespoons of vinaigrette. Snack pre-workout, a cup and a half of skimmed milk mixed with 1 scoop of protein powder. Have this with a pear, orange or an apple. Snack post-workout, 1 cup and a half of skimmed milk mixed with 2 scoops of protein powder. Add honey, 2 tablespoons, 2 scoops of yogurt, vanilla, and half a cup of juice, orange, to the post-workout shake. This way you get all the carbohydrates and protein your body needs in order to recover from the workout. Dinner, sirloin steak, from between 6 ounces and 8 ounces, with a sweet potato, large, and steamed broccoli, 2 cups. You must remember to have only 1 serving and forget about the desserts. Snack nap time, 1½ cup of low-fat milk mixed with 2 scoops of casein protein powder. Daily weight gain plan for non-workout days: upon wakening, a medium-sized banana mixed with a scoop of protein powder, and a cup of yogurt, vanilla flavor. Breakfast, vanilla yogurt, 2 scoops, with half a cup of oatmeal together with 5 egg whites. Morning snack, a cup and a half of milk mixed with 1 scoop of whey protein powder. Have with 1 apple or an orange. Lunch, 6, red meat sub sandwich. You will require 5 ounces of lean meat, tomato slices, some lettuce and low-fat mayonnaise. Add some slices of low-fat cheddar cheese and have with 1 glass of water. Finish off with an apple. Midday snack, half a cup of cottage cheese with a half can of sliced pears with a tablespoon of slivered almonds. Dinner, 4-ounce grilled chicken breast with 2 cups of mixed vegetables with cup of brown, organic rice mixed with 2 tablespoons of raisins. Nighttime snack, 2 scoops of casein protein powder with 1 cup of 1% milk. Clearly, you will need to work your meal times around the period of the day that you plan to work out, but many small meals are much better for the bodybuilder than the 3 large meals that we are generally brought up on. Your daily schedule is for you and has to work for you, so do some planning and a bit of research for foods you want to eat and when to eat them. Create your weightlifting supplements plan. Using supplements with your existing weight training and dietary routine can enhance your physique. The problem is, how do you choose which ones you should take? Nowadays you will find that there are plenty of supplement companies competing for getting more and more customers. If you read the first pages of any of the most popular muscles building magazines in the market, you will quickly realize how confusing and fierce the world of supplements is. Before going on to look at a few supplements you could try, a word of warning. There is no point in taking supplements until you have got a weight and dietary regime in place for a number of weeks. The supplements will not work straight away as a miracle cure. Once all that is in place, you are in a position to start taking supplements. You also must ensure that you give the supplements enough time to make a difference before you make up your mind on their usefulness. Generally, it should take you anything up to 8 weeks before making any kind of decision. You should always do a bit of homework on the supplement you plan on taking. Many companies will make wild claims about their product, so it is important that you check out any studies that may have taken place and whether the claims have been accredited. It is also important that you stick to reputable brands. These companies will be bigger and will likely have more to lose if their products don't work. So what supplements should you take and when should you take them? Here are a few examples. Glutamine, take a dose of 10 grams with water when you wake up in the morning. Vitamin/mineral packs, take 1 pack daily after you have finished your breakfast. Creatine, vital if you wish to bulk up and become stronger. You could expect to see significant strength gains within a month of regular use. Take this before and after your training workout. Weight gain powders, take this twice each day with each serving consisting of 800 grams. You will find that you gain body mass pretty quickly and you will see a difference in 2 to 3 weeks. Keep a close eye on your body as you can add quite a bit of fat if you are not vigilant. Drink 1 serving early in the morning and the second after you have finished your workout. Protein powders, these powders will provide for your protein supplemental needs. Take 1 serving as soon as you get up, 1 immediately after you have finished your training and a final 1 before you go to bed. Clearly, there are many other options out there in the marketplace, and what works for one person might not necessarily work for another. So as long as you keep in mind the tips regarding supplements mentioned earlier, you should be able to find a mix of supplements and a schedule that suits you and your needs. Perfect diet for bodybuilders. Which food is best? Whatever your objective for starting weight training and bodybuilding, going to the gym and exercising each week is only half the battle. For the training to be most effective, you will also need to concentrate on your diet. Indeed, a proper dietary regime is equally as important. We all know about calories and that a high calorie count in your diet with lots of fatty foods will lead to your body producing more fat cells and gaining fat. For bodybuilding, we are looking to lose fat and gain muscle, so it is crucial to structure your diet to aid you in this quest. However, it is not just about what you eat, it is how and when you eat that is also important. For example, many of us have 3 straight large meals a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, spaced out through the day. During those long periods where your body is not receiving food, it will begin to create fat deposits. The best way to avoid this is to trick your body and have 5 or 6 smaller meals a day, which will prevent your body making fat deposits, and it will also increase your metabolism as you will need energy to help digest your food. For bodybuilders, you should be looking to eat more than you normally would, but ensuring that it is foods that have the necessary nutrients which, when you train, will get used, and this will enable you to build more muscle. So what foods should you be eating? Well, a weight trainer will need food items containing all categories of food, proteins, good fats and carbohydrates. The ideal meal for a bodybuilder would contain 40% carbohydrates, 40% proteins and 20% fat. Carbohydrates, such as brown rice, wholemeal bread, Fresh fruit and vegetables are the best source of fast energy for a long period of time, and they are able to be converted into glucose faster than proteins and fat. We need proteins just as much as carbohydrates, as you will not be able to gain muscle without proteins. They are the muscle's main component and help the body to produce cells and hormones. The best proteins to eat include chicken, turkey, low-fat milk, fish and beans. You should try and avoid proteins found in red meat and dairy products, as they are also rich in fat and cholesterol. We also require fat, however odd that may sound. Fats are useful as they are concentrated energy and help transport many vital vitamins around the body. Like proteins though, there are good and bad fats. The good fats can be found in items such as olive oil, fish oil and nuts. You should look to avoid saturated fats. You should also factor in a good sleep program into your diet, as sleep is the period when your muscles recover and grow, and so without a good sleep, you will not see any major improvements or results. It is also important that you drink lots of water, though not to excess. Many small drinks of water, while training and through the day, will ensure that your body doesn't begin to dehydrate. So to sum up, many small meals a day of healthy foods while varying the menu each day, good sleep and plenty of water, all this should form an important part of your daily routine of exercise and rest periods. Plan your weightlifting cardio program as part of your weight training regime. You should look to include a cardio program as well. Cardiovascular exercise is one of the most important keys in getting a muscular physique. There is science involved with cardio to heighten the results, in that the amount of body fat lost is directly related to the number of fat-burning elements you concentrate on. While you are training, you should limit any cardio work to once a week. This will ensure that as many calories as possible are used to build as much muscle as possible. If, however, you are in the rest phase of your schedule, then look to do cardio work up to 4 times a week to ensure that your body in its quest for energy will eat into the body fat that it has stored up in these rest periods. The best time to perform your cardio exercises is first thing in the morning when you wake up on an empty stomach. At this time, you will not have refueled your body with food and energy, so your body will burn into its fat stores rather than eating into carbohydrates before burning fat. How intense should your cardio workout be? Intensity in this case is defined as the percentage of your maximum heart rate used while performing a particular exercise. The most effective way to burn fat is to ensure that your exercises use about 2/3 of your maximum heart rate. To work out your maximum heart rate, take your age away from 220 and multiply the answer that gives you by 0.65. If you are a bodybuilder, you will clearly not be training for long endurance events. Bodybuilders use cardio exercise to increase the oxygen flow to muscles and to burn body fat. You should generally look to increase your cardio session by 5 minutes each week, though any cardio sessions should not ideally exceed 30 minutes. You should also never rush into a cardio exercise, as this places unnecessary stress on your heart. Start slow and stretch before you walk, and walk before you jog, and then jog before you run until you hit your optimum heart rate. At the end of your workout, set aside a 5-minute period to cool down and ease your heart rate back to its normal rate. So, as an example, a program could be structured like this: in rest periods, 1 cardio workout per week for 20 to 25 minutes at 50% intensity. Week 1 of training, 2 cardio workouts for half an hour at 55% intensity. Week 2 of training, 3 cardio workouts for half an hour at 60% intensity. Week 3 of training 2 and of training period, 4 cardio workouts for 35 minutes at 65% intensity. This, coupled with the correct diet and specific training, will give you a good head start in achieving your goals which you would have set when you first decided to take up weight training. Different types of warm-up exercises for a power workout routine. One of the most important parts of your workout happens before and after you even think of picking up a dumbbell or other equipment. Before you start any workout, you should make time to warm up properly before getting into your intensive training. Like most things, your body needs a little time to get itself up to its optimum speed, and a few warm-up exercises will increase the blood circulation running through your heart, lungs and muscles. You should aim to do a few minutes of cardiovascular work when you get to the gym, for example treadmill or bicycle riding. It is also important to do some stretching exercises so that your muscles are supple and primed for the workout ahead. There are many different types of stretching exercises that you can do, and a few repetitions of each should be all that you need. Many of these stretching exercises are examined in more detail below. The final part of your warm-up should be a little light training on the equipment you intend to use for your workouts. Back to the stretching exercises, what should you be looking to do? Below are a few examples, and you should be looking to do a few repetitions. Neck rolls, a simple exercise which reduces the tension in the neck. Achilles stretches, this exercise helps to stretch the thighs, lower back muscles and hamstrings. Abdominal stretches, this exercise aims to stretch the oblique abdominal muscles. Forward bends, this looks to your hamstrings and lower back muscles. It should help to alleviate tightness in the hamstrings. Standing twists, the aim of this exercise is to stretch the torso mainly against the resistance of the lower body. Windmills exercise, this is an exercise for the back and entire torso. Back stretches should be part of your daily warm-up routine. There are many different stretches that you can do which concentrate on different areas of your back. The most important of these will be those that help alleviate tight hip flexors, as this contributes to lower back curvature and chronic back pain. However, you should look to do a combination of these stretches in your routine. Thigh exercises, there are a variety of exercises as each looks to stretch a different part of the thigh. Hanging stretches, these exercises aim to stretch the spine and upper body and involve using a chin-up bar to hang from. Jumping in place stretching, this exercise is excellent for stretching and general conditioning. Just as important as warm-up exercises are cool-down exercises after your workout. When you have finished your workout, you will find a build-up of lactic acid and blood accumulated in your lower body. The cool-down exercises will help to recirculate the blood faster to the heart and lungs, and will also reduce any soreness you might feel in your muscles after the intensive training session. You should look to do about 10 minutes of light cardio exercise as your cool-down routine. Warm-up and warm-down exercises are a very important part of your weight training schedule, and you should look to make time for them, as they will help to avoid a potential buildup of injuries. Weight training workout for beginners. The weight program that you decide on will depend on what you are hoping to achieve. Do you want to lose fat or gain extra lean muscle? The answer to this will allow you to prioritize a program to suit your needs. For fat loss, the more muscle you have will mean that you burn more calories per hour when your body is resting, 50 calories an hour per pound of muscle as opposed to 5 cal an hour per pound of fat. When you're exercising, this increases to a pound of muscle burning 70 cal an hour, while a pound of fat burns just 7 cal an hour, so you can readily see the difference it can make. It is important to be realistic in setting targets for yourself, as a target must be attainable. Something along the lines of losing 10 lbs of fat in a 5-week period whilst gaining 5 lbs of lean muscle would be a good example. Whilst we would all love to gain more muscle, you should realize that it is more difficult to gain muscle than it is to lose fat. Your weight regime needs to be structured from day one, and remember, it is for the long term, not just a short sharp sprint. It is also important that you do not take shortcuts and try and lift more weight than is comfortable. Your muscles will develop much quicker if your form is good, and there will be much less stress and risk of injury to your body. As you get stronger, the more weight you will be able to cope with. Below is an example of a possible workout regime. The best workout for beginners bodybuilders is full body workout. On this program, you will work out 3 times per week with 1 day's rest between each workout. Sample workout plan: Day 1, full body, chest, shoulders, back, biceps, triceps, abs, legs, calves. Day 2, rest. Day 3, full body, legs, calves, back, abs, shoulders, chest, biceps, Triceps, day 4, rest day 5, full body, back, chest, legs, triceps, biceps, calves, shoulders, abs, day 6, rest day 7, rest workout example, choose one exercise per body part. Below is a sample: stiff-legged barbell deadlift, barbell squats, bent over barbell row, barbell bench press, medium grip standing barbell press, behind neck standing barbell curls, push-downs, standing calf raises, hanging leg raises. For all muscle groups, look at a maximum of 3 sets of each exercise for 12 reps as a general rule. As you get more comfortable with the weight, then by all means add some weight, but still keeping to those same repetitions. Perform 10 minutes of light cardio and stretching prior to the routine. Also, you can perform one lightweight warm-up set. Benefits of full body workout: saves time, keep your workout to 45 minutes or less, better core development, boosts your cardiovascular system, train once every 3 days, greater training frequency per muscle group, increase your testosterone and growth hormone level. Always change the order of your workouts but start from the largest muscle group. Minimize rest time between exercise sets, 15 to 30 seconds. Just as important as the weight program is rest. Because you are working every muscle group each workout, full body routines can put additional stress on your central nervous system and muscles. Resist the temptation to perform this workout 2 days in a row. Give yourself at least 48 hours rest and recovery time between each full body workout. There is always a tendency to overtrain, but this will result in your body using protein found in muscles, meaning that the muscles are not able to grow and develop as you would hope and perhaps expect. Far better to keep to the structured plan and allow plenty of time for you to sleep and your body to rest and recover in between workouts. Weight training for intermediate bodybuilders: once you have been weight training for a period of time, weight training workout for beginners not longer than 6 months, you may well feel that you want to move up a level in your training programs. It is important to keep plans and programs varied, as with the repetitious nature of training, it is easy for the routines to get stale, and it is vital to keep the interest level high and continue to enjoy the training that you are doing. Below is an example of a possible workout regime for intermediate bodybuilders. Separate your workout into different categories: chest, back, triceps, biceps, abs, legs, calves, traps, shoulders. Look to train each category once a week, leaving your body plenty of chance to recover and rest. A 4-day split could be as follows: Day 1 chest, triceps, abs. Day 2 back, biceps. Day 3 shoulders, traps. Day 4 legs, calves. For the large muscle groups, chest, back, legs, look at a maximum of 9 to 12 sets for 10 to 12 reps as a general rule. For the smaller muscle groups, biceps, triceps, shoulders, abs and calves, a maximum of 6 to 8 sets for 8 to 10 reps would be ideal. So how do you keep things fresh and change up your routines? Rather than just doing one set of exercises, you could look at several different options, and some possible examples include supersets. This includes grouping together 2 differing exercises for opposing muscle groups such as back and chest. Do 2 back-to-back exercises, 1 for each group. These supersets will not only help speed up your workout but will also increase your recovery time. Trisets. This involves doing 3 sets for the same muscle group with little rest in between each set. Trisets are a good technique for shaping the muscles and will also increase vascularity, having prominent invisible veins. Compound sets. These are supersets, except it involves the exercises for the same muscle group. These compound sets will really help to pump the muscles. Holistic training. With a little knowledge of muscle physiology, you will learn that different parts of muscle cells respond in different ways to various types of exercise. For example, muscular fiber proteins respond well to a heavy load, whereas a cell's energy system will respond better to high-endurance training. Therefore, mixing the repetitions, high weight with low reps and low weight with high reps, will enhance the whole muscle cell. Quality training. With this type of training, look to reduce your rest time in between sets. You should still look to do the same volume of training, and this method of training will enhance your muscle definition and muscularity. Split system. Using a split system of training will see you increase the intensity of your workout. You do this by dividing your workout schedule into concentrating on one half of your body each session. So on your first workout day, you should do exercises on your upper body, and the next session would concentrate on the lower part of your body. Thus, you are able to work both halves of your body harder and for longer periods. Another option that you could consider is using a pyramid-type program. This is a technique to keep your muscles using more weight each week. The more weight you use, the stronger you will become, and the stronger you become, the more weight you can bear. The system is based on the maximum weight you can use for one repetition. You then use a percentage of that weight for each set, with the percentage increasing per set. Each week, you then increase the weight you being with, and so on for a few weeks, when you would need to recalculate your maximum one repetition weight. There are, however, plenty of other examples and options for weight training programs for intermediates should those mentioned above not appeal. Weight training for advanced weightlifters. As you progress through and gain more weight training experience over a number of years, there are several more advanced techniques that are available and can be used in conjunction with other plan regimes. Many of the techniques, which are outlined below, should only be used sparingly during plan periods, whereas a few other techniques, such as periodization, can be implemented all year round. One such technique is rest-pause. This is performing as many repetitions as possible, resting for several seconds and then performing additional repetitions. Stripping is one of the rest-pause methods. In stripping, weight is decreased when no further repetitions can be performed. The exerciser pauses only long enough for the resistance and weight to be decreased. Similarly, down the rack, using dumbbells and barbells, involves performing as many reps as possible before immediately using a lighter resistance weight and doing as many reps as possible again. This process is repeated if further drops in weight are required. The partials technique is, as the name suggests, you perform only part of the range of motion for a given exercise. By concentrating on a specific range of motion, strength can be increased. Isometric training works in a very similar manner. For example, a power lifter might perform a specific part of a lift where he may feel he has a weakness, for example locking out the arms. A bodybuilder might want to target a weak muscle, so a limited range of motion, for example half squats, might emphasize quad development. Another technique is 21s. This relates to the number of repetitions and typically concerns arm curls. 7 reps are performed with a lower range of motion, arms straight to 90 degrees, followed by 7 reps on the higher range of motion before completing a further 7 reps for the full range of motion. Super slow training, where repetitions are performed in a slow controlled manner, can enhance tension muscular endurance. By introducing variation to the workout, it may help to stimulate progress. You should, however, be aware that slowly performed exercises can also impair development of power. Periodization is the practice of varying training stimuli to enhance long-term fitness and gains in performance. For advanced trainers and lifters, this method is more effective than training at a fixed intensity and performing a similar number of reps. Modern programs implement variations between undulating daily schedules and have appeared to be more effective than the previous forms of periodization, which varied over a longer cycle. On a similar vein, varying between light and heavy training with alternating workout intensity seem to enhance the progress for the trainer as compared to single repetition range workouts. There are other variations on these themes, such as enhanced supersets, cheating, similar to partials, and forced repetitions, where a spotter helps you concentrate on breaking specific breaking points you might encounter. There is plenty of information readily available in magazines and on various websites should you wish to find out more on these techniques. How to keep track of my progress on exercises. So you have now looked into what you want to get out of your weight training and bodybuilding. You have set your overall objective for what you want to achieve and what you have to do to help you get there in terms of exercise and diet. Having made a serious commitment to your weight training, You owe it to yourself to ensure that you keep track of how your training progresses, as knowing what has worked and what hasn't will help you understand how to develop your regimes more easily to improve your results in the future. So how is the best way for you to go about keeping these records? What kind of records do you need to keep? With your diet being a key component to your overall schedule and objective, it is a very good idea to keep a food diary. This should comprise your overall targets of what you are looking to eat in terms of carbs, proteins and/or fat products and quantities. What I would also suggest is that you make a note of what you eat at each meal time. Do not try and remember what you have eaten at a later date, much better to note it down as soon as possible. You should note down the type of food and quantity eaten, and if it is a mixed meal, then try and write down what was in the meal. In your food diary, also note down any supplements you may have taken. You can keep a close eye on your calorie intake with a free online food tracker. One of the better ones can be found at www.fightday.com. This program allows you to enter quantities and foods, and the program will update and break the foods down into the different food categories. The next thing you should look to do is to weight and measure yourself. You must have a starting point so you can gauge your success over the weeks and months ahead. Make measurements of your neck, waist, thighs, biceps, chest and hips. It is also important to measure your body fat, otherwise known as your body mass index, BMI. There are a number of online calculators. An example of one can be found here: http://www.nikhilbijaport.com/my/. Thirdly, keep a logbook of the exercises you do. This needs to include the type, weight, repetitions and length of the exercises. You should look to do this each time you work out. This logbook could also include your weekly training schedule and your overall objective. As well as your one overall objective, you should set yourself smaller targets to meet along the way so that you can progress in short steps. Make a note of these targets and also when you meet them, and perhaps even highlight them so they are easy to spot. This will serve as an encouragement. Keep these records updated on a regular basis and you will be amazed at the progress you make, and if you stick to your regime strictly, then that progress might be quicker than you ever thought you could possibly achieve.